We are Rhonda and Andrew, and we invite you all to join us as we show you our amazing cruise adventure and land tour, our trip of a lifetime. Well, hello.
Hello there.
I'm Rhonda.
And I'm Andrew.
And we live in Melbourne, Australia. And we've just completed our holiday of a lifetime.
Sure was.
Which we'd love to invite you all to join with us as we reminisce this amazing adventure.
Yep.
Our amazing adventure commenced on the 4th of April, where we flew from Melbourne to Sydney, which then we embarked on the magnificent Royal Princess,
yes.
Which was to become our home for the next 43 days.
Yeah, lovely 43 days.
And it was amazing, and not one crossword, or maybe a couple, maybe.
Maybe. Okay, to give you an idea of the magnitude of our trip, we're going to deliver our itinerary now. It's pretty long, involved, and there's no way that I can remember it all. So suggesting we have actually written it out, so bear with us while we read this to you.
Okay, our trip on the Royal Princess was actually 2 cruises back to back, and prior to boarding the ship we stayed at the Rocks in Sydney, which was very close to the cruise terminal.
After embarking the ship on the 6th of April, we sailed up the east coast of Australia and made our way across the equator, with port stops including Hong Kong and Taiwan. Then we made our way on to Japan, with the first section of the cruise concluding in Yokohama.
We then made our way to the northern section of Japan, sailing the Bering Sea for over a week to Alaska.
After cruising the Alaskan Inside Passage, we finally disembarked in Vancouver, Canada, on the 18th of May.
After a 2-day stay in Vancouver, we then flew to Edmonton, where we boarded a tour bus to spend 5 days exploring the spectacular Canadian Rockies. This also included accommodation in Jasper and Banff.
And on the 24th of May 24, we flew from Calgary to Hawaii to experience 4 full days exploring the island of Oahu. How do you pronounce that?
Oahu.
Oahu. Oahu. Yeah, okay. We then flew back to Melbourne, arriving home.
We were away for some 8 weeks, and this became a very big challenge for packing, as we had 2 different climates. We had the heat of the equator and then the freezing cold of Alaska, plus the added clothing we needed for our formal nights on the ship. This all needed to be packed in 1 suitcase each and not weighing more than 23 kilos. We also had some onboard challenges, which we will elaborate later on.
Yes, they're quite interesting and make interesting viewing, I think. But anyway, with further ado, let's get on with our trip, commencing from Melbourne.
Prior to this holiday, Andrew and I decided that it would be a good idea to do a little bit of research on how to pack a suitcase.
Yeah.
As we know, we had a few challenges ahead of us.
YouTube came in very handy.
So we watched several, and 2 videos we chose. I chose the method of
the compression.
Putting into these plastic bags, and you compress it right down, so it removes all the air, and they come in various sizes. And I found that I would pack summer in one, winter in one, formal in one, and just bits and pieces in here. And for me, it worked quite well. And Andrew,
I chose the old army method of the rolling, so I can roll everything up just like this. This is one of my t-shirts that I took away and rolled. So I rolled everything up except for my suit, of course, which was for the formal nights, which I just laid flat on the base of the suitcase, and minimalised my amount of shoes I took. The shoes take up so much space.
And we also took big thick jackets, and we laid them also on the bottom of the suitcase and just put things in and around. That worked well too.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, worked well. So that was our packing, which we were quite impressed with, actually.
Yeah, it was. It worked that well. We had our 23 kilo suitcases.
We managed to get in everything that we wanted to take, so that was good.
Oh, and then off we went. Ordered our taxi to the airport, which is about an hour away from where we live, because our flight was on Qantas at 12 o'clock, so we had breakfast actually at the airport.
Which was lovely.
And had a nice flight, I remember. It was very pleasant, and our accommodation was at the Rendezvous Hotel, where it was pretty close, wasn't it?
About maybe 200, 250 metres from the dock. And where our room was, we're on the 4th floor. We stood out on our balcony and you actually overlooked the harbour and could see our ship.
Yeah, it's got a photo here of
plus,
what it looks like.
Plus the Opera House and plus the Sydney Harbour.
Yeah,
So
no,
it was
very, very pleasant.
A very nice hotel.
And then, of course, ready for dinner. Where do we go for dinner?
We went to a restaurant down in Darling Harbour called the
Hawker
Star, which we stumbled across on a previous holiday, and it's Malaysian-y, Chinese-y food, and extremely reasonably priced.
Oh, very and delicious,
yes,
wasn't it?
And
so.
A little bit, not restaurant, more like a cafe style, but very delicious, the food, and very reasonably priced. Okay, so it's now day 2, and we woke up to the most torrential rain that we have seen in many years.
Over 100 mils or something for the day it was, I remember.
It just poured down, literally poured down. And
so what did we do?
Spent the
day in our hotel room because we couldn't even get out.
No.
Mind you, there was one little period about lunchtime where it eased, and we thought, well, let's make a dash down to the overseas passenger terminal area where of course Celebrity Edge was in town. So we wanted to just have a quick look at that.
Wander down and check out that ship.
Yeah, no, it was good. It was good. Get right up close and personal to the hull of the ship.
And we grabbed some lunch quickly on the way back and spent another few hours in our hotel room.
But we had a prior meeting already teed up with Cruise Creek members. There was a forum that we joined, and we were keen to meet a few fellow passengers who were going on the cruise with us. And he organised Ken was his name, and there was probably about 30 people had agreed to come and meet up. But when we got there, because we were only 50 metres away, so we could dash in with our umbrellas. It was teeming with rain again. But no, it was good. We caught up with them. Who was there? It was Sue and Ken.
Don and Julie.
Julie was there.
Wendy and David.
I know that.
And a couple of single solo female travellers who were very nice.
Yeah, but there was only about 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 of us rather than the 30 that was coming. Yeah, but but we certainly got stuck in, and we found one thing in common. Drinking. We all liked to drink, didn't we?
Yes.
And
everyone was very friendly. Everyone clicked immediately.
Yeah, no,
it was very nice.
Very nice. And we were actually kept up in touch with all of them all the way through the cruise. So it was just fabulous catching up with them. And of course, by the time we'd finished the get together, we were pretty charged, I think, and then it was about 6 o'clock. We thought, well, we're going to go out for dinner. So you and I snuck out. They were still going.
Yes.
So where did we go?
We went to an Italian restaurant, which was like walking distance as well.
Again, because of the rain, but it was just round the corner.
So we had a nice dinner, and then we sort of staggered up back to our hotel room and went to sleep with full of anticipation of what the next day would hold for us.
Yeah, because that was embarkment day.
Yes, so it was a very exciting night. Well, the day finally has come, the 6th of April.
Embarking day.
Embarkment day, and we've woken up to the most beautiful sunny weather, so it was very hard to believe the weather that we had the day before. And we look out our window and, something wasn't right. We couldn't see our ship, the Royal Princess.
Usually you can see the silhouette of the ship, the top of the ship from our window.
They normally arrive into port very early in the morning, and this was like about 9 o'clock and no ship. We thought, I wonder what's happened. Anyway, we heard that it was not allowed to come into the harbour because of all the rain that had happened the day before. But eventually, about 11 o'clock, the ship arrived into the harbour, and which meant that we had a bit of a later embarkation than what we would normally have. But anyway, we walked down to the dock, and we were able to drop our bags off. Yeah,
that was quite a nice, because again, the reason we got the Rendezvous Hotel was that we've actually given us a bit of time, not the time, it's just the distance, not very far to go, and we could easily wheel our suitcases down there and just drop them off. And it was time then to kill some time, and we decided to go to the famous Rocks Sydney morning market. Again, bathed in beautiful sunshine
and warm. It was warm. We couldn't believe the difference in the 2 days.
Yeah, it was just amazing transformation in days. But it was lovely. We walked around the rocks, had a look at all the stalls and the like. And what did we do for lunch?
Oh, there was a lovely little place on the corner, and it's called Tea Cozy, and it was outside eating, but had umbrellas and covers. And we decided that we'd go eat there, and it was like high teas. And each table had like teapots with tea cozies on, and little ornaments that were all knitted out of like how you would make a tea cozy.
Oh, no.
So it was good. It was fun.
Yeah, it was great
and
fun.
And sitting, but right where we were sitting, there was a lovely lady, and she was playing some live music. So it was
very,
added
very
bonus.
pleasant. Because so we sat there and then suddenly looked at our times and said, "Wow, we can board now." So off we went. We strolled down, got on, and it was a really quick process to embark. It was straight through customs, no problems at all. It's one of the fastest places you can board a ship, I think, is in Sydney. We've been there before and found that we can get in there very, very quickly. And so what did we do once we got on?
Oh, straight to a bar, and our bar we chose was the Wheelhouse Bar, where we met our lovely barman Ariel and Violetta for the first time, and we sat there and we had a few drinks and got to know them, and they got to know us as well.
And it was just a lovely start to our day on
and then,
the Royal Princess.
Then our bags would have arrived in our cabin, so then we went up to the cabin.
Now following on from our first day, I thought I'd show just a very short ship tour of the Royal Princess, followed by a video of the cabin, our Royal Deluxe cabin, which was beautifully located towards the aft of the ship, just adjacent to the laundry, which was very, very handy because there's not much.
Not many laundry facilities, and we were a bit worried that we might have had a bit of noise being so close to the laundromat, but it was as quiet. So it was marvellous.
Very, very, very convenient.
Marvellous.
The Royal Princess was launched in 2013 and has capacity for 3,500 guests. Our ship tour commences on the top deck 19, where we find the lawn court, which just has a putt-putt golf facility. This small deck is accessed by the sports deck, which has a jogging and walking track, table tennis, golf driving range, and a large basketball and pickleball court. One deck below is the sun deck, which houses the large fitness centre and a studio for exercise classes. Also on this deck 17 is the dedicated kids club facilities. In the open centre of the sun deck, you overlook the main pools, hot tubs and movies under the stars area. Forward of the sun deck is the adults only retreat pool and bar, plus the reservation only sanctuary sunbed relaxation area. Stepping down to Lido deck 16 is where the main pool area is, together with the skywalk, which provides a great view of the sea and sky. On the port side is a similar shaped structure and sea view bar. At the forward area of the pool is the Mermaid's Tail bar, plus pizza and Trident grills. Heading aft on the Lido deck is the Horizon Court Alfresco Dining, which is a help-yourself buffet-style eatery. At the very end seating Horizon Terrace and the Outriggers Bar. Down to the promenade deck 7 is the Vista Lounge, which is situated at the very aft of the ship. This lounge offers both day and evening entertainment such as bingo and variety shows. The venue links to a main walkway which offers access to a small library. The library looks out to the Wheelhouse Bar, a very favourite place of ours which we enjoyed nearly every evening. The Wheelhouse Bar also sits in front of the Crown Grill, one of the specialty restaurants on board. This restaurant serves both prime steaks and seafood, such as lobster. The venue was our very favourite restaurant. Forward of the Crown Grill is Princess Live, which presents like a TV studio. This is a venue where game shows, random activities, trivia, etc. are held. It is supported by a co-branded bar and seating area. In the midship is the atrium, which is the central focus of the ship. Many of the ship's facilities are off the 3 atrium decks. On Promenade Deck 7 is the Crooner's Bar, our favourite waterhole for the afternoon drink, plus the Ocean Seafood Sushi Restaurant. The Loyalty and Future Cruise venues also occupy this deck, as well as some of the shops. Heading forward is the Art Gallery and the upper level entrance to the Princess Theatre, located at the bow of the ship. We saw some fantastic acts in this venue. Descending to the Fiesta Deck 6 and exiting the lower level of the theatre via portside is the Club 6, a small sports bar. This route then takes us into the midst of the large casino. Still on Fiesta Deck and located off the second level of the atrium is Bellini's Bar and the casual dining restaurant Alfredo's Pizza, which we found very delicious. On the other side of the deck is the large photo gallery. The 3 floors of the atrium are linked by spiral staircases. The main dining rooms are Concerto, Allegro and Symphony restaurants, which are located on either Deck 6 or Deck 5. The bottom level of the atrium is Deck 5 Plaza, and the central area hosts the bands and various activities both day and night. Forward starboard of the central plaza is the Vines Bar, where we enjoyed a pre-dinner wine on many occasions. Adjacent to the Vines Bar on the port side of plaza is the Good Spirits of Sea Bar, plus the International Cafe, which serves cafe-style casual food and specialty coffees and tea. Next to Vines is the Gelato and Premium Ice Cream shop. After Gelato is the Internet Cafe. Heading forward is both the Shore Excursion and Guest Services inquiry desks. That said, we used the Princess app chat feature when we had any queries to avoid lining up. On the forward starboard of Plaza Deck is Sabatini's, a specialty restaurant that offers fantastic Italian cuisine, particularly the homemade pastas. To round off this ship tour is the Lotus Spa, and located in the front of the Plaza Deck. It offers a hydrotherapy facility, treatments and a beauty salon. Rhonda was very satisfied with her hairdresser experience in this salon. Our accommodation was a deluxe balcony stateroom, which includes a small couch. Standard balcony rooms
exclude the couch and are also slightly smaller. There are no power points or USB plugs beside the bed. However, behind the bed are 2 European power points where the bedside lamps are plugged into. I used one of these power points via an adapter to plug in my CPAP machine. At the desk there are both US and European power points, but again no USB plugs. We used 2 universal adapters which included USB points. These adapters were purchased from Amazon. The balcony is a rather narrow area with 2 chairs and a small table. Nevertheless, we found the balcony area to be most adequate, where we particularly spent considerable time enjoying the spectacular Alaskan scenery. Inside, the wardrobe has a shelf and a more than adequate area to hang your clothes. Plenty of coat hangers were also available. There is a cupboard which has 5 shelves and the safe. The bathroom is very compact but functional. Liquid hand soap and lotion are provided. There is a shower curtain, but we did not find it obtrusive at all. The shower area includes a retractable clothesline. Combination shampoo and conditioner plus shower gel are provided for use. We hope you enjoyed watching the start to our fantastic holiday. In our next video, we will describe several challenges that we encountered on board the lovely Royal Princess.